On a rain-soaked Iowa farm, most would struggle to find blessings in puddles and mud.
It's not all that tough. It's the animals that are usually the hardest. I mean, you have to go out and take care of them. And
not bad, because Levon Griffoon sees farming as a higher calling.
You gamble a lot of money every year that things are going to grow and the stars are going to line up, and you're going to get timely rains and warm weather and no catastrophic whatever to get rid of the crop. So there is a certain amount of faith.
Faith in God has deep roots in America's heartland, and it was faith that brought the late Pope John Paul II to Iowa in 1979.
It was a living blanket across those hills, and I don't know if I came out with a special message, except that we were really important, and I might not have known that at that point in time that Iowa was so important, because it's Iowa.
The land is God's gift.
Pope John Paul shared his vision of feeding the world while respecting God's land, a message worth repeating today.
I don't think we have been good stewards of the land, and we seem to think we own the land, and we're really just caretakers of it until the next generation comes along.
The first weekend of October 2009, Catholics, farmers, and people of faith gathered again in Des Moines to remember the 30-year-old message of stewardship and to consider the papal calling's next step.
30 years ago today, he came to a hill not far from here and gave us a mission and a message of gratitude to God, a message of care for the land and care for creation, a message of generosity and responsibility to work for a world of less hunger and more justice. We are here today because that mission, that message, is more important now than ever.
The message may be more important than ever, but there are many ideas about how to fulfill it.
If we are all having to run $400,000 combines or whatever, $200,000 tractors, they are part of the problem of this expensive bells and whistles. But let's just have basic equipment that works so farmers can afford it.
Really what we need to focus on is systems that are producing multiple goods and services, and thinking about ways to compensate farmers for the production of those multiple goods and services.
We're a long ways from where he asked us to go, and that's why this session is so important. We're recalling that legacy, and we're trying to remind ourselves of our responsibility to God, to the land, and to the poor.
I myself was born and grew up on a farm.
Archbishop Celestino Migliore notes not even the Pope gave specific guidance on how to accomplish his goals, but he laid the foundation for the Church's social teaching on agriculture.
Not to give out recipes and solutions, but to shed light on different human situations.
Being a good farmer, producing a decent crop, making a living, is a way of carrying out the mission to feed the world. In that we have the capacity, we have the skills, we have the technology, and we have the tools to produce more than we ourselves can consume.
Hearing these ideas, Levon still isn't convinced a resolution can come from rural America alone.
As an American farmer, it is not my job to feed the world. It is my job to make sure that the protections are in place so that my global neighbors have their own local food security and can feed themselves.
Still, it's a responsibility of humanity to find a solution.
We are here because agriculture touches all our lives. It's about how we feed our family and the whole human family. It's about how we treat those who put food on our table and those who do not have enough food, and those who have no place at the table.
Taking a fresh look back in order to take the next steps in the Pope's call to action.
I found that very inspiring, and for myself personally. And I think most of the people, the feedback that I got was it was a message that really needed to be heard.
A timeless message with an unforgettable heavenly exclamation point 30 years ago.
Later that morning, as he was going to Cumming, the clouds parted, the sun came through, and it became a magnificent Iowa day. All the colors and the leaves and the perfect, most wonderful time of year.
And as the October sun shines on Iowa's farmlands 30 years later, it's a reminder of the Pope's message from the past and a call to recommit to a sustainable future.